We have all heard that eating more fat makes you gain weight. But what if it was completely not true? What if actually eating more fat made you more lean? And there is actually science behind it. And I'm not giving you any medical advice. I'm just telling you what I've learned from my own experience. About a year ago, I was eating like a normal human diet, where it consisted of a lot of carbohydrates. So I ate lots of sweets, sugar, bread, rice, normal things. But then I didn't like the fact that I was always hungry even though I was eating a lot. So I started to research this topic, searching why was the reason that I always felt hungry. And it turned out that our ancestors, like people who lived in caves, who hunted, they didn't consume almost no carbohydrates. The way it worked was they hunted for big animals like mammals, cows, bisons, etc., and they ate it. They brought them to their caves and ate one animal for many days. They didn't really grow any plants because it was inefficient. They didn't collect berries, maybe very little berries. Because do you know how much energy it would take you in the forest to find those little bushes with little berries, and they gave you very little energy? So basically, humans, our ancestors, did not consume any vegetables, any fruit. They basically lived off of meat, other that they killed themselves or they just found it. Also fish in areas where they were rivers. And that's why they were so healthy. So they didn't need any carbohydrates. And you might ask yourself, well, where did they get their energy from? Because we are told that carbohydrates give us energy. And while that is true, but that is not a natural source of energy. Actually, our bodies are designed to convert fat cells into energy. So, fat is a natural source of energy that our bodies are used to. That's why you don't need any carbohydrates. In fact, carbohydrates are not like found in the nature. They are only the result of human production and harvesting and things like that. Basically, plants that people grow learned how to grow themselves. But this is not what you will find in nature. In fact, carbohydrates they work like a drug. So once you start consuming them, your body starts using them as a source of energy instead of using fat. And because of that, you constantly need more carbohydrates, and they contain actually very little energy compared to fat cells. And that's why you're always hungry. And that's why I was always hungry. That's what I found. And as soon as I started eating basically only meat, especially fatty meat, because again, fat is your friend, you can't gain fat if you're eating lots of fat. That's just scientifically impossible, believe it or not. Because when you eat lots of carbohydrates, you can gain weight because anything that your body doesn't use as energy, it stores it in a form of additional fat on your body. But fat cells, they are all converted to energy. And I started eating lots of fat, lots of meat, no carbohydrates, and right there, I didn't feel any hunger during the day. And I was able to eat once a day, feel completely full. Well, not like completely full, it's a different feeling because you stop feeling hungry basically at all. You just feel like you want to eat some meat, if you know what I'm saying. It's probably hard to explain, but if you try it, you'll know what I'm saying. So you don't feel like you're starving. You're never starving. You can fast for multiple days. I did it, and actually you feel less hungry the longer you're fasting. That's an interesting observation. So if you want to lose weight, if you want to feel more energy, if you want to sleep better, if you want better mental clarity, if you want to improve all the areas of your life, then I encourage you to try this diet. And this diet is very simple. You eat meat, you drink water, and salt. That's it. Uh, if you ask me what meat you can have, the answer is any meat, like chicken, beef, fish. You can have it, lamb as well. Just anything that you'd like. Most people who have been on this diet for a long time, they prefer beef because it's most nutrient dense and especially fatty cuts like ribeye or chuck. You can also eat ground beef. It's great source of fat and nutrients. I personally eat ground beef and completely satisfies me. You can also add additional fat in a form of butter or lard or beef fat trimmings. They're great. You can eat bacon if you'd like, and you can also eat eggs. But remember that eggs have a little carbohydrate, so if you eat lots of eggs, which you might do, I did it personally, then you have to be aware of the fact that you are actually consuming some of carbohydrates. Anyways, I hope you get great results. Write me in the comments, and I just want to help you and tell you about my experience. And I'm really, I'd be happy to hear what you think and how you felt.